I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again. Grab a hold of me and throw me in the deep end. Show me the flame that burns inside of me, and I'll brace myself for all this pain, erase myself and start again, and I'll face myself with honesty, erase myself and start again. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane, and this is live stream number 196. And it is game night and music. We're going to be playing a few songs for you, and we're going to be playing lots of games. Well, not really lots of games. We're going to be playing one game, but we're going to be playing it a lot. We'll be playing it all throughout the stream. And for those of you who have tuned in before, you're very familiar with the tier list game. A lot of fun. Anyone can play it. Anyone can join it at any time. If we have enough people show up, we're going to try something different. Usually it's every man for himself. You know, single competitors, and everyone's competing to try to make it to S tier, try to make it to the top. But if we have enough people, I thought it'd be fun to put a spin on it and try teaming up, have teams of two, and everyone working together. So that way you got kind of more of a shot rather than just depending on your own speed or your own knowledge. You got your partner to lean on as well. So I thought that'd be a fun twist. We'll get the gaming going in a bit. I'm going to catch up with the chat. And actually, I do have to get the game set up. I had plenty of time. I was here early and doing just fine setting up. But then I forgot, oh, yeah, I got to go to the website and I got to set up the tier list. So I'm going to get all that in place in just a moment here. But let me catch up with the chat first. Jack and Becky, good to see you all. And yeah, I don't know. I saw Becky make a comment. Why did YouTube just add a bunch of letters to my name? Weird. I'm not really sure either. Yeah, I see that you've got like a few extra letters. And Jack, I don't know if you intentionally changed your name or not, because when I first went to message you, I'm so used to doing @J and then adding a space before the K, but it looks like now it's merged the two together and it's JK74. So I don't know if you changed that or if YouTube did something. I've noticed lately, I think YouTube has changed its interface. Have you guys noticed, like, when you play with the play button or the volume or anything like that, and even clicking on videos and playlists, they've once again kind of reformatted their layout. Excuse me. Let's see. Becky says, I'm okay. Just really tired because of the bad storm keeping me awake last night. Well, sorry you didn't get much sleep. I hope you sleep much better tonight. Any cool new clothes or movies or games? I did get a few items. Again, Mom's always pretty sweet. She likes to get me stuff, and usually she'll kind of ask me for recommendations, and I'll send her a few ideas. Let's see here. Let's see. As far as clothes go, I actually did get some new shoes. There's a little story behind this. I'm not going to go too long. But these shoes, the brand is called ESS. They're skate shoes. And what I like about them, I do like the way they look, but more importantly, they killed two birds with one stone. They look good, and they skate good. They're good skate shoes. And I don't know if you guys know this about skateboarding. Were y'all even able to see that? Maybe I didn't lift it high enough. There we go. A little bit higher, just in case you guys weren't. Because, yeah, I might have. I don't know if that showed through. So the thing about skate shoes and skateboarding, so skateboards have sort of a sandpaper material on top called grip tape. It's the black surface on top, and it's just like sandpaper. It's really rough, and you need that. That's kind of what your shoes grip to, and that helps when you are controlling the board and you're ollieing, getting the board up into the air. And part of the technique for many of the tricks, your front foot is sliding along that grip tape. And so it is very normal that your skate shoes, like, you need designated shoes for skateboarding because you will tear a hole in that section right there. Like, this is my front foot, and this section right here, a lot of shoes, you'll wear a hole in there after skating them for a long time. These particular shoes, they've got like a little extra layering here, and then they've got a little extra padding right there, and they just feel good, they fit good, so they're great for skating, but I also kind of like how they look aesthetically, and so sort of what I do is I'll get a pair to wear for fun, or you know, just to wear casually, and so as I'm wearing them, I can kind of break them in and get them feeling good, and then when it's time for me, when I need new shoes, when my other shoes are worn out, I can take this pair, and they can become my new skate shoes. So I can start skating these, and then get another pair to wear casually. So that's that. And then I'm really loving this game I got back in, I can't remember when it was. Back in like the mid 2000s, they remastered the original Resident Evil game. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. So the first Resident Evil game came out in like 1996, I think it was. Something like that, back in the 90s. And that was a really fun survival horror game. But later, like 10 years later, something like that, they ended up remastering it, updating the I don't know if it was a remaster or it might have been a remake, but they remade it, updated the graphics, and got better voice acting because the original voice acting is kind of infamous for being a little corny. And they remade the game, and then later, I think another 10 years later for the PS4, they remastered the remake. So they kind of polished up the graphics, and that's what I got. And supposedly that's one of the best Resident Evil games. And it's kind of funny because that game comes full circle. Man, I don't mean to go too long, but I got a little story related to that. So when we were growing up, like I was a kid, I was probably about 9 years old. My oldest brother, he was probably about 12 or something. And we didn't really have a lot of, we didn't really have any game systems or anything like that. And every time we got a game system, we were always like a generation behind. So I think we had the original Nintendo while everyone else had a PlayStation. And then the PS2 came out. So it was probably around 2000, early 2000s. The PS2 came out, and my brother had a friend who got a PS2 and no longer needed his PS1. So he was nice enough to give my brother the PS1 as well as a few games. So my brother, he's showing me, like, check out, this PS1 that we got. And it's like, oh, awesome. We're looking at the games, and we're looking at the cover. And we got this one game, and it's called Resident Evil. And it's got this creepy-looking zombie on the front. And even my brother, it just kind of looked evil. It looked scary. We were like, ugh, well, we'll probably get rid of that one is what we were thinking, just sort of judging it by the cover. But my brother was curious, and so he was trying out some of the games, and he tried the game out. And later he told me, he's like, hey, I actually tried out that Resident Evil game, and it was kind of cool. And I said, can you show me? And so he showed me. We played the game, and there's this one scene, like when you encounter the first zombie, it's a pretty iconic scene, I think, now, but it's this guy hunched over. You don't know that he's a zombie, but he's doing something. You realize this person is eating another person. And then, like, the camera's over his shoulder, and he turns his head, and he looks at you, and it's this creepy, mangled face. And then he comes after you, and that used to scare the crap out of us. But, it was exciting. It was scary, but it was, like, such an exciting experience. And so at that time, we used to have dinner at our grandmother's house every Fridays. We'd call her Mamaw, and we'd meet there on Fridays to have dinner, and we'd meet with some of our cousins. And so we brought our system, and we set it up, and we were showing them the Resident Evil game. Well, one of our darn cousins, he must have known more about games than we did. They probably had a PlayStation, and we didn't. We were new to it. We didn't know about ratings and stuff. The game's rated M for mature, and it was rated for, gore and violence, that kind of stuff. It wasn't like, anything like excessive language or anything like that. But he saw that, and he went downstairs where our parents were, and in front of our parents, to his mom, he's like, Mom, they've got a rated M game. Can I get a rated M game or something? He said something like that. And our mom didn't even know we had a PS1. So she's like, what is he talking about? What is all this they're talking about? So, like, the next day, my older brother goes to school, and it's me and my other brother. We're at home, and that's when Mom confronts us asking, what is this about, a game system and some M-rated game? And so I had to go upstairs and bring the game down, and I'm like, don't be mad, Mom, and it showed her. And, of course, she freaked out seeing, like, the creepy zombie on the front, and I'm guessing she threw the game away. We got it taken away from, so... the funny thing is, it probably looked worse than it was. It's really not a bad game. There's nothing really bad about it. It's just a scary adventure game is all it is. And it's got some creepy-looking zombies, but there's nothing actually bad about it. But either way, that was kind of, we got that taken away from. But now I think it's kind of funny. It's come full circle. I finally have my hands on the game again, and arguably a better version of the game. It's sort of been updated, and I'm getting to play it. And so far, I'm loving it. Like, I love survival horror video games, and so I'm enjoying it. But anyway, we've come full circle. All right. Speaking of games, I'm going to try to skim through this and skim through these chats, and we'll get going here. Hey, we got Gary in the chat. Hey, Gary, hope you're doing well. I was just my birthday was this Sunday, so Becky was asking if I'd gotten any presents, and I was telling a little story about a game I just got. We're going to get our game going in just a moment here. I might have to kind of skim through some comments, but I hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you for the applause and the fire. Right, I was saying that. If it's just you and Jack, y'all might be on a team, and it's you against nobody else unless somebody shows up. So I think y'all will do pretty good if it's just the two of you. We'll see here. Yeah, Gary, we're hoping to do teams. If we have enough people, we thought it'd be fun to have teams of 2 and compete against each other. As long as Jack and Stan aren't on the same team because they're both on their phones. Right, right. Yeah, it must be a YouTube thing, changing the usernames or something. Yeah, Gary saying, I'd like to buy a vowel and solve the puzzle, please. Absolutely. We're going to be playing a slightly different game, but I think you'll have just as much fun. And thank you for the happy belated birthday. Much appreciated. Yep. Shoes look good with your outfit. Thank you. Much appreciated, Becky. Love the Resident Evil games. Yeah, me too. They're some of my favorites. So I've played them ever since. Again, I've played the remake of the second one, which might be my favorite. And then Resident Evil 7 is another. Those two are kind of the top favorite. Resident Evil 4 is really good. That's a classic. I think I like the remakes better than 4, but 4 is still a great game. And they remade 4. Haven't played that one yet, but I heard that's really good. And then I'm just now playing this remaster of the very first game, and so far, really enjoying it. Jack saw Black Phone 2. What's the verdict? Yay, nay? Okay. Hey, we got Silas. Thank you for the happy late birthday. Let's see here. Good stuff. Yeah, there we go. There's our little zombie emoji. The Licker's first appearance freaked me out. Yeah. Let's see here. Doing good. All right, I think we're caught up. It was a good birthday. Yep, I got some good gifts. Quick speed run. Got a couple movies. I got Edge of Tomorrow, and I got Spy Hard, which is a Leslie Nielsen film. Some of you might know I'm a big Leslie Nielsen fan. I loved his movies. Let's see, what else? I got this skateboard that I'm really excited about. I'm going to tell you guys about it. I got to set the game up. Let me see if I can at least show, hopefully you guys can, I'll show the screen so you guys can see what I'm doing, because I'm a little behind getting things set up. But there's these skateboards called impact boards, and I've skated them before, but they've got a new version. It's Impact 2.0. They've kind of gone back and sort of revamped the technology that they've been using. But the concept behind it is pretty simple. They're just trying to make a tougher board. Again, skateboarding, just like the shoes, the same way that the shoes get mangled and destroyed, in the same way, that's what happens to your board. It's just inevitable that over time from skating, eventually it's going to wear down and break. That's super normal. That's part of skateboarding. And so it would be super convenient if the skateboards would last longer, if they didn't break, if they didn't wear and tear like they do. And that's basically the concept behind impact boards. People have done this before, kind of experimenting with different materials to see if they can build stronger, longer-lasting boards. And their first version was quite good. Like, I loved their impact boards. They weren't perfect, but they definitely lasted longer, and they just, in my opinion, they just skated better than the... oh, you guys probably can't see me. Let me get that fixed real quick. 1 second. Skated better than just a regular average board. Let's see here. And then... what else? So these new impact boards, again, I don't know all the details. It's got like 7 layers, and it's not all the same exact material. It's a sort of a variety of materials, and it's similar to wood, which is what skateboards are typically made out of. But it's got I think it's got magnesium in there, like a layer of magnesium and some other materials to create just a tougher, stiffer board. It keeps its pop longer, which is the nicest thing. Once boards get worn down, you're always popping. That's how you get up. But the wood will get soft, and it won't be quite as responsive to smacking off the ground, and it won't quite work. But these, they stay stiffer, and they're more responsive when you go to do your tricks. So you always get that satisfying pop, and they just kind of feel better. And what they've really solved with this one, you get razor tail a lot. When you're skating boards, the tail will oftentimes, lots of tricks, it's going to rub against something. It's going to rub against the ground or rub against something that you're doing a trick on, grinding on. And so over time, that tail of the board will narrow down. It'll razor down until it's, until you kind of chip it up and stuff, or you get this really thin thing. This is made of a material that it doesn't wear down nearly as quickly. It lasts a lot longer. So I'm very excited to skate it. That was a really cool thing. And then, I got some clothes. Mom got me some nice clothes and stuff that I'll be wearing. And and some other things like guitar strings, stuff like that. So it was a good birthday. It was kind of funny. My actual birthday though was I let my niece borrow my birthday. So I've got a little niece named Selah, and her first birthday was this month. I think her birthday's on the 15th, if I remember correctly. And she was turning 1 year old. So let's see, I'm trying to talk and get names. Yeah, I'll kind of do it the long way. But it was her first birthday this year, and we wanted to, since my birthday was on a Sunday, that was a convenient day after church for our family to get together and have lunch, and that they thought that'd be a good time to celebrate her birthday. So they're like, "Oh, Quincy, are you okay with us celebrating her birthday?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's totally fine." So we kind of shared it. They still had some cake for me and some dessert for me, but most of the decorations were celebrating her first birthday. So it was fun being with family and spending time having some good food. So yeah, it was a really good birthday. All right, give me a second here. I just need to get everyone's names. 1 second. I'm going to try to speed through this. I could go faster if I use both hands. Daniel. Let's see here. Got Gary. Sometimes Hippie will show up. Get Jack. I'm grabbing all the names right now of some people who typically show up. And if you're just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. Let me know how your week's been. Anything fun or eventful happened lately? Let's see. See any good movies lately? Let me know. Yeah, I'm just getting the game set up. There's Silas right there. All right. I think I got some names for most of the people who typically show up. All right, and we might be good to go in just a bit here. Let me get the questions set up. All right. Okay, I think we'll be all right to go in just a bit. All right, quickly. Hey, we got Abe in the chat. Hey, Abe, hope you're doing well. All right, well, I think we've got enough people. Everyone give me a thumbs up real quick. I want to see who all is here. I think we've got Becky, Silas, Abe, and Jack. And if that's correct, we might have one more person here. But if that's correct, everyone give me a thumbs up because that'd be great. We'd have enough. We need at least 4 people, and we can do this. I'm going to explain the rules of the tier list game for anyone who hasn't heard it, but pretty simple game, and we're going to try a twist on it. We're going to try to do teams of 2. So everyone's going to get a partner. And that way you have a fighting chance. If you're not quick enough, maybe your partner will be quick enough to get the answer. Let's see here. The first Black Phone was on TV right after last week's live, so I watched that again. Cool. Abe, I hope you're doing well. It's a cute and unique name. Yeah, it's actually it's a I don't actually know what it means. It's a musical term, but it's in the Bible. If you read like the Book of Psalms, let me see what Selah means. What does Selah mean? Yeah, it shows up in the Bible, occurring frequently at the end of a verse in Psalms and Habakkuk, probably a musical direction. So it's some kind of musical term, like when you read the songs in the Bible. And so I thought that was kind of cool. So it's kind of music related, and it's sort of a sweet sounding name. But yeah, I like, as you can probably tell, my name's Quincy, and like my siblings, I have a brother Guthrie, Jacoby. I've got a sister Kane. So I like that mom and dad were pretty creative in giving us some fairly unique names, and I actually appreciate that. There's just something, it just feels kind of unique when you sort of have a name that isn't super common. And so I think my siblings probably feel the same way, and they've kind of done the same thing. Like my nephews and nieces, there's Malachi, Adelaide, Everly. Again, not super common names. Some you've probably heard before, but they're not like super, super common. Let's see. There's Brenly and Brantley, Selah. Sadie's fairly regular, but and then Gannon and Paisley. So I kind of like that. I like, trying to find names that aren't like super common. Oh, thanks. She's going to love her Uncle Quincy. Yeah, she's a sweet little thing. Yeah. Okay, cool. We do have 4 people. All right, awesome. Well, here was the first thing I was thinking. Well, I tell you what. I think since Becky's kind of on a roll with the most wins, and since Jack's feeling a little lacking in confidence, I think it should be Becky and Jack versus Silas and Abe. I think that'd be a good team. So I think that'd make for some good competition. But Jack, you gave me the last answer to riddle, remember? Yeah. Music-related name. She's my favorite. No, I don't know if I can pick a favorite. I've got some sweet nephews and nieces. I will say, the oldest is Malachi. I think he's 13. I don't think he's 14 yet. But I think he turns 14 later this year in December. He's the oldest, and then Selah, I don't even think she's the youngest. I think Sadie's younger than her. So Sadie's not 1 yet. I've got a lot. I think I've got 9, 9 nephews and nieces, quite a few of them. But I will say, like, as they get older and they can kind of start thinking for themselves a little bit, or they start kind of being a little more curious and asking questions, or sort of interested in, like, what are you doing? And, like, kind of wanting to try, if I'm doing an exercise or skateboarding or playing music or something. I think that's when I sort of enjoy, I kind of enjoy sort of picking at their minds a little bit and kind of interacting with them. When they're babies, they're cute and they're sweet, but they don't really do much. They just kind of look around and they just eat and cry, and sleep. So, so they're sweet, but there's just not much to interact with. Yeah, hopefully Gary will tune back in. Yeah, if anyone's out there and you haven't, give a thumbs up so it's not too late to join in. Sometimes I think of the last little kids show, Little Einsteins, with a character's name Quincy. Now that's interesting. Yeah, I don't think I knew they had a character named Quincy. Yeah, I love them all the same. Yeah, I don't think I can pick a favorite. Yeah. Yeah, don't take it too seriously. Yep. He was making a joke about just, so she's your favorite, eh? Yeah, of course I love them all equally. I love all my family equally. All right. We're going to go over the rules real quick. So anyone just tuning in, we'll talk about how the rules of this game work, and then we will get our competition going. So first, make sure you are live with the stream. Like, make sure you are caught up with the stream. If you're behind, you're going to be at a disadvantage. So do make sure you are live with the stream. Here's the way this works. So everyone's names, I'm going to go ahead and get your names in there. Even though we're doing teams, I'm going to pull your names up individually. I did think, like, I could make, a team name for everyone, but I think that's going to be a little too complicated. So we're going to have Becky and Jack on a team versus Silas and then Abe. Let me get your name in here. It'll be Silas and Abe. And I'll just move both of your names up at the same time. All right, here's Abe. All right. So everyone's starting on the bottom at F tier. And I'm going to ask a series of questions, challenges, things like that. And basically, whoever answers first or whoever answers correctly, whoever gives my favorite answer, different challenges, whatever it asks for, whoever wins that challenge, they advance in the next ranking. So from F, you move up to D, from D to C, so on. And everyone's trying to get to the top. We're all trying to get to S tier here. However, there are a few perks that are unlocked. As people advance higher and higher, there are certain perks that are unlocked so people behind have a chance to catch up. So it keeps things kind of fun and competitive. So as soon as somebody reaches C tier, that'll unlock a perk where anyone underneath C tier, their next answer will be worth 2 points. So if someone's in D tier, their next answer will actually get them to pass C tier and move on to B tier. If someone's in F tier, you only have to answer one question and you'll be tied with C tier. You'll catch up. So that's how that works. As soon as someone makes it to A tier, all the tiers below A will get 2 points for their next win. So that means someone in B tier, they could answer and take the win. They could skip A, get to S tier, and still take the win. Somebody F tier, they don't have to answer as many questions. They only have to answer 3 to come back and win the game, rather than, I think it was like 5 or 6 that they would have had to answer normally. So that's the rules of the game. Google is allowed because, again, somebody, if you know the answer already, that's going to be faster than somebody who has to Google the answer. And if nobody knows the answer, it wouldn't be fun to just sit around and be like, I don't know, So it basically becomes a race who can Google the answer quickest. let's see here. And then, oh, also, make sure you set the chat. I need to do this myself. At the top right corner of the chat, it should say top chat and have a little arrow. If you click that arrow, you can change it from top chat to live chat. And you do want to change it to live chat. And that should resolve the problem. But what I will say is just in case there's some kind of delay, like sometimes you might type an answer and you think yours is first, but on my screen I'm seeing somebody else's answer first. Just to keep things from being complicated, I'm always going to pick the answer that I see first. So if I'm reading it and I say, yep, so-and-so, their answer is showing up first on my screen, I'm going to go with that. It might not always be the same on your screen, and that's probably just related to the delay. But live chat should fix that issue, so it shouldn't really be it. But just to be clear, I'm always going to go with the one that I see. Let me see if there's anything else to mention. I think that's pretty much it. So we are going to get started. Go ahead and everyone give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. And we will get moving. Let's see here. And I got to find... Let's see here. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, I was trying to find the questions. All right, looks like we're good to go. So we've got Silas and Abe versus Becky and Jack. Here we go. I'll refresh after every question. Yep. All right, here we go. Okay, gotcha. All right, here is the first question. This is a guessing one, so it's basically just, you're just going to have to guess the number. How many band shirts do I own? So first person to guess the correct number of band shirts that I own. I don't have a few. I haven't gotten any recently, so I think the number stayed the same. Hey, you got it right off the bat. Way to go, Becky. 9 is correct. 23. Nope, I don't get that many, Abe. I know there's people who definitely all they have, their whole wardrobe is just band shirts. I'm not quite in that department. I've only got 9, but Becky got it first guess. So that's a point for Becky and Jack. You all get to move up to the next tier. And I don't know if I can remember offhand. I know I've got a couple Silosis shirts. I've got a Periphery shirt, so that's 3. What else do I got? I've got a Haste a Day shirt. I've got an August Burns Red shirt. What else do I have? I might have counted my own band, At War With Myself, the band I used to have. I think I've got a couple Between the Buried and Me, either 1 or 2 Between the Buried and Me. And then I'm drawing a blank. I'm probably forgetting the last one that I have. But way to go. Good guess. Yeah, so awesome. So that's a point for you all. All right, go ahead and give me a type in let's go or I'm ready. Thumbs up if you're ready for the next question. And if anyone's just tuning in, it's not too late to join. Even if you don't have a partner yet, you can rock this solo, and then when someone else comes in, they'll be your partner. But if you're ready for the next Extol, hey, even Becky, you remember my shirts better than I do. So that's right. I do have an Extol shirt. All right. Yep. Let's go from Abe. Thumbs up from Becky. Silas is there. Good. Yep. We got everyone. Yep. All right, cool. Here's the next question. This is a movie quote. First person to name the title of this movie. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. Name the title of that movie. What movie am I quoting right there? Becky got it with Terminator 2. And I think I'm going to go ahead and... Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to accept that. But yeah, Judgment Day. Man, Becky is bringing the heat. And y'all are close. Yep, Terminator. But Terminator 2 is specifically what it's from. All right. So now Becky and Jack are on seats here. But again, Silas and Abe, you get the next answer. And y'all are back in the race. Y'all are tied with first. So... y'all are still in this. It's actually kind of funny. I had that quote written down like already, but I did watch that movie recently. I think I told you all. I watched I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago, I recently watched Terminator 2. Good movie. All right, here's the next question. All right. Got to be fast with this one. I'm going to ask for a song from an artist. It can be any song, okay? First person to name any song from this artist will get the point. Here we go. First person to name a song from the band System of a Down. It can be any System of a Down song. You put the title in the chat, and I will, and you get the point. Abe got it. Sugar. Yep. Becky close behind with Chop Suey. You're all naming good ones. Silas had Toxicity. All good songs, but Abe was first with Sugar. So there we go. Silas and Abe, y'all are back in the race. Both of you at C tier. There we go. I will say, since we have teams and everyone's moving up, simultaneously, we might be able to get like another round in of this. Like this might go by faster because we've already got people on C tier. Like normally it would be just Becky and then it would just be Abe on C tier. Jack and Silas would still have to work to catch up, but everyone's on C tier right now. All right, awesome. Well, we've got a good little competition happening. Let me go ahead. We're going to take a quick intermission. I'm going to play a song for you all, and then we will be good to continue. So here we go. We're going to take a little break for just some music, and then we'll get back to the competition. Now, hopefully, I'm good to go. I think I am. But the funny thing is, the reason I opened with an instrumental is because we had some friends from the church show up, and they were setting up something downstairs. So usually I come here to do these streams because no one's here, so I can scream my head off. But when people are here, I'm a little more self-conscious about singing. So I had to adjust my set list a little bit because the first song was going to have screaming in it, and I was like, I'm not screaming while they're here. Like, they're not going to be able to hear the music. They're just going to hear me singing, and then they're going to hear me screaming, and they're going to be like, I did not know Quincy had this side to him. So. Hopefully they finished up, but if not, this one is just singing, no screaming in this one, so it should be okay. Hope you like it. This one's called For You.
This loneliness, you think you're okay, but you've been tricked. I'm out here bleeding, but you can't hear me. Your silence screams, not deafening. Well, ignore my warning, just know that I'm sorry. Different. You made me like them, begged you to hold on, but you still let go. And from the distance, I can see what's missing. You never listen, so you'll never know. Well, ignore my warning, just know that I'm sorry. For you. And all this time, just know that I've tried. For you. Come back. and I cherish you. Well, ignore my warning. Just know that I'm sorry for you. And all this time, just know that I've tried for you. Come back to me.
Thank you. Again, that one is called For You. If you enjoyed the song, it is available on Spotify. All right, back to the competition. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, say hello. It is game night and music. We just had some music. Now it is game time. We're getting back into the competition, but it's not too late. If you're just tuning in, you can still join in on the competition. This is our tier list game. It's a lot of fun. And usually it's one-on-one. You know, it's every man for himself, everyone against everyone else. But now we're doing teams. So we've got Becky and Jack versus Silas and Abe. And if you're just tuning in, if you don't have a partner, no worries. You can go solo, and then as soon as somebody else joins in, that can be your partner right there. So, hey, that's great. You know, if someone comes in and you get a few points ahead and then someone else comes in, they might already be in the lead. They just joined in. So, yeah, so if you're just tuning in, don't be shy. You can get in on this competition here. Jack's whistling along. Appreciate you, participating. Hey, just so you all know, you know, I might not be able to hear you, but you're always welcome to sing along, grab an instrument, play along, jam along, whistle along. Definitely appreciate you all participating in the music. All right, let me catch up with the chat real quick, and then we will get back. Normally, I'd be on F tier. You've done good, Jack. I think you've made it up to C tier. I can't remember if you've made it past C tier. Part of me wants to say you have made it to B tier before, but I know you've made it to C a few times. Let's see here. 2 rounds will be fun, especially if more people join. Yep, absolutely. And that's a nice thing too. Even if we get through it, if we should have time. We could probably do another round, and we can even mix teams up. You need one of those videos of people hearing the live audio of just a clanking guitar, unplugged noise, and you screaming. Yeah, I don't know if you remember when I first started doing this. I did make like some shorts. It was it was showing like what the audience hears and then what it actually sounds like, and I'd have the camera over in the hallway because that's all you hear. You just hear just the strings of the guitar, not even the distortion, just the DI direct strings, clanking of the strings, and then just me singing randomly in a hallway. And if I'm singing, I don't mind it as much if there's someone else. Like, it's a little awkward, but at least they can just hear me singing. But if I'm screaming, that's where it's really weird. If they hear me like, ah! And it's like, what is he doing? Just some guy in a hallway screaming his head off. It's like, it's a little, Becky's saying, I know it's mean, but I want somebody to walk in on Quincy in a screaming part. I don't know if it's happened before. Part of me wonders if I've ever sang a song and if I have been screaming and somebody's like come in at another part of the building and they're just like, what is going on? What is that? I know people have come in before, and usually I get pretty lucky. Usually I can maneuver. I know there's been some streams before that I'll sing and then there's a screaming part, and I know people are here, and I'm like, I'm not doing the screaming part. Like I'll just play it instrumental and I won't scream it. But so far I've got a pretty good track record. And that's right. Yeah, I think Becky's commenting. I had made some shorts of what it actually sounds like, what it sounds like on this end when you can't hear the backing track. Man, yeah. Becky's, you've got some instinct, like I don't want to say psychic instinct, but you've got a good memory, and then you're very good about kind of anticipating things, because your comment here about I had my fingers poised to type Terminator 2 since Quincy mentioned it last week. So you're very have you ever thought of being a detective or something? Some kind of job where like paying attention to details and keeping track of stuff. You might make a really good detective, Becky. Thank you for the fire. Thank you for the applause, everyone. Much appreciated. Becky, you'll have to look up a YouTube video, see if you can learn how to whistle. Anyone know what that's from? Anyone know what that's from? Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Abe's saying, but a twist of the short, a twist of people that unexpectedly hear the screams. Yeah, it could show. I'm trying to think how you would edit that, but yeah, I could be playing the song and it's showing the stream version, and I'm like screaming, and then it shows somebody walking in and then just like reacting like to the scream, and they turn and they see me in the hallway just like rocking out and screaming, and then they just kind of make like a look and then just kind of like walk back, like back away. Be kind of funny. That would be a successful short. It might do well. It would maybe do well. Yep, detective emoji. Robin Hood, that's right, Abe. You got it. Heard that on a TV ad. I wonder if they have used that on a TV ad. Maybe it was for the Robin Hood app. But yep, the Disney movie, Robin Hood, from years ago. Yep, that's where it's from. All right. Cool. Well, we're going to get back into the competition. Everyone, again, anyone tuning in, it's not too late to join in. So just say, hey, I'm ready to go, and I'll get your name in on the competition here. And we are trying to do teams. So right now we've got Becky and Jack versus Silas and Abe. But if you're just tuning in, if we got two more people in here, you two can team up. And it's not too late. Again, right now people are on C tier, but anyone just tuning in, you're going to start on F tier. But your next point your next answer gets you 2 points. So you actually get to skip D tier, and you'll get caught up to C tier. So you can be right back in the race and good to go. So it's not too late to join. Oh, thanks, Jack, saying, my goodness, Quincy, even whistle much better than I do. I've done a little bit of whistling. It's fun to whistle. All right. Make sure you are caught up. Make sure you are live with the stream. You don't want to be at a delay. You don't want to be at a disadvantage if you're behind. So do make sure you are caught up. Everyone go ahead and say, let's go. I'm ready. Bring it on. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready, and we will move on to the next question here, or the next challenge, whatever it's going to be. Let's see. I think we've got... This one, actually, everyone's going to be able to give an answer. And this is going to be interesting because even though your teams... Everyone can give an answer, and your teammate might give a better answer than you. I'm going to pick my favorite answer. So here we go. All right, let's go. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Cool, cool. All right, here we go. So no need to rush this one. In fact, sometimes I recommend for this one, since I'm picking my favorite answer, maybe take just a moment to sort of think of your answer and then submit. Ideally, I request that try to make one submission. If you end up changing your mind and saying, wait, can I change to this? That's fine. But ideally, take some time, think of what answer you're going to submit, and just type one answer. Don't type a bunch of stuff. All right, here we go. What is the best Western? We're talking movies here. Western movies, cowboys, that kind of stuff. So somebody... You can type a title for what you would nominate as the best Western. Now, I will say, obviously, I'm the one picking the answer here, so you do want to think, what's a good Western, but you do want to keep me into consideration. What's a good one I would pick? That's a good one, Becky. Tombstone, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That is a classic. Silas and Jack, you all are welcome to pick one as well. So even though your partners have already submitted, you guys might be able to make better submissions. Rio Bravo, that's a good one. Yeah, I like me some John Wayne. My brothers are big fans of John Wayne. Dances with Wolves, that's a good one as well. All very good picks. And if there's anyone out there, anyone who is not in on the competition yet, this is your chance. You can submit an answer. It's not too late to join in. I only typed it without thinking in case somebody else picked it first. And I don't know a lot of cowboy movies. All right. Okay, well, I think we're going to pick an answer here. Becky, I got to be honest. You are bringing the fire. Maybe you remembered me mentioning Tombstone, but Tombstone is probably my favorite Western. So you all picked really good ones. Probably my second pick, like, way to go, Silas. I think I picked Rio Bravo as my second out of the submissions that were here. But I think I got to go with Tombstone. Tombstone is a favorite of mine. I love Val Kilmer's performance in that. And I also love Kurt Russell in that movie. That is a favorite of mine. So I got to go Tombstone. Some other honorable mentions. Let's see here. 310 to Yuma, the 2010 version. I think there was an original 310, and I think they remade it. But that one with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe. That's a great movie. Kind of a scary. Anyone see Bone Tomahawk? that movie is kind of disturbing. It's like a horror movie / Western movie. But it is a very good movie. So I don't know if I'd say that's like a favorite of mine, but that's one that came to mind. What else we got? Unforgiven. That's a good one. Some more John Wayne. I always liked. Let's see. Rio Bravo was a good one. What's it called? Big Jake's pretty good. True Grit. That's what I was thinking. True Grit's a good one. Yeah, 310 to Yuma. That's a good one. I'm trying to think. I'm probably drawing. Yeah, Jack's like, I figured you had it. Yep. I'm kind of drawing a blank on some Westerns right now. I know there's like some good ones that I'm forgetting about. Magnificent Seven is pretty good. I feel like there's some really good ones I'm forgetting. But either way, Westerns are good. I like a good Western. There's some John Wayne ones that I know I'm forgetting about. I need to rewatch them because I kind of grew up watching a bunch of John Waynes. My brothers like John Wayne, and I grew up watching them. I always liked The Alamo. I guess it's a Western, but I always liked The Alamo with John Wayne. And then what I was going to say, but it's been a while since I've watched some John Wayne movies, so I need to go back and revisit them. All right, give me a thumbs up. Give me a let's go, bring it on. Let me know that you're ready, and we will move on to the next question here. We've got kind of a trivia question here, and I'll give you kind of a heads up. This is going to take some typing, okay? So this one you're going to need to be a little speedy. Like this is actually going to be quite a bit of typing. It's not complicated, but if you know the answer, it's going to be a little bit of typing. What about the Robot Western? Is that the name of the movie? I'm not familiar with that, unless you're just talking about like a genre of what's it called? What's that genre called? Like space cowboy. It's not sci-fi Western. You know what I'm talking about? Like Cowboy Bebop. There's a name for that. It's like it's considered a Western, but it's I'm not familiar with Westworld. But no, I mean, like, there's a genre, Future World. There's a genre. Let's see. I'll look it up real quick. What genre is Cowboy Bebop? Space Western. That's what it's called. Neo-noir Space Western. Yeah, so it's got, like, the same vibe as a Western, but usually it takes place in the future and kind of more, like imagine like Han Solo, he'd be like a perfect like space Western kind of character. Like his attitude, I mean, think of it. He like acts like a cowboy, you know what I mean? He's like a cowboy in space. So Firefly, yeah. Firefly would be an example of like a space Western. Yeah, that's a good show. Or was the show Firefly or was the movie? I think the movie was what was it? Firefly movie. Serenity, that's what it was, because that's the name of their spaceship. But yeah, Firefly, good TV show, good movie. I really like, what's the actor's name? He should have been Nathan Drake. We all know it. Yeah, show Firefly, and then the movie Serenity. Yep. Nathan Fillion. That's it. Yep. He would have been a perfect. I don't know if you ever saw the Uncharted short film that they did with him. He'd be great as Nathan Drake. Or they should have just gotten Nolan North to just play Nathan Drake. Yep, Nathan Fillion. All right, here we go. Got a trivia question for you. Get ready to type, because this one's a typer. What is Roy G. Biv an acronym for? Okay, so an acronym, it means it's a series of letters that stand for something. Roy G. Biv. What is Roy G. Biv an acronym for? One more train to rob. Dude sold down the river. Accomplishes to get his revenge. Sounds pretty good. I don't think I've heard of that. One more train to rob. That's kind of cool. I'll write that down. Colors of the rainbow. Yes, but you got to name them specifically. What's the acronym for? There you go, Abe. Yep, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Way to go. Yep, Roy G. Biv, and I'll even spell that out for you all. Roy G. Biv. There we go. Yep, Becky right behind, but Abe got it first. There we go. Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So, very cool. Way to go, Abe. So, Abe catching back up. Silas and Abe, y'all are back in it, tied for B tier. There we go. Now, this is kind of interesting because whoever gets the next answer, actually, there's only 2 more answers till the win, unless somebody else joins in. Because, let's say, like, if Becky and Jack get the next one, that gets them to A. But then that unlocks 2 points for Silas and Abe. So if they get the next answer, they can actually come back and take the win. So the stakes are getting higher. All right, I think that's a good time I think we're going to have a little intermission for some music, and then we'll come back because we're probably getting to the finale. I think it was from the 70s. That's all right, Jack. There's a lot of good movies from the 70s, a lot of good Westerns from the 70s. One more train to rob. I'm going to write that down real quick so I can remember. But way to go. You guys are making for some good competition here. Real quick, Jack, are you familiar with a movie called Shelby Oaks that's coming out? I think it's actually in theaters now, but it's coming out this weekend for sure. One more train to rob. I'm going to write that down. Check it out later. Some of you that you might know, there's a YouTuber named Chris Stuckman. He's a movie reviewer, but he loves films. He's a filmmaker himself. And this is his debut movie that's coming out. It's the first movie he's made that's getting a theatrical release. And I actually, I quite liked him. He was one of my favorite reviewers for a while. The only, I'm not going to get into it, but when he started making movies, he started doing this thing on his channel where, like, now he doesn't rate movies anymore. Like, he'll still review them, but he doesn't review bad movies. Like, he didn't want to say anything negative about movies that weren't poorly made, but that's kind of the job of a review. You don't have to speak harshly about it, but you're letting people know if a movie's worth seeing or not. And the only problem with that, like, it's fine if he wants to make that decision, but pretty much it tells me if any video he makes, if he makes a video, I don't even have to watch it because I can say, oh, he made a video, I guess he liked that movie. So he was one of my favorite reviewers, and I still like his taste in movies because he and I had a very similar taste in movies. Like, oftentimes, if he liked something, chances were I was probably going to like it as well. But again, he's not really much of a movie reviewer anymore. And so Jeremy Johns is kind of my go-to guy now. But either way, he was making a movie. He was getting some crowdfunding for it. I actually sent in some money to support it because I'd love to make movies someday myself, so I know what that's like, so I wanted to kind of support him. And this is his film debut. It's coming out. I hope it's good. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, honest critique is opinion. Yeah, people don't have to agree. Exactly. Yep. And you're right, Abe. Yep, that's the horror movie made by the YouTube reviewer guy. Yep, exactly. I've heard of it, but haven't seen it. Gives me a Twin Peaks vibe. Yeah, it might. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing wrong with, like, being critical about something, saying like, well, here, it's like I went and saw the movie and I felt that the pacing was a bit slow. Some of the dialogue was a bit too forward. It did a good job here and here, and I liked the story. I liked the plot and the setup, but it just took a little too long to, like there's nothing wrong with giving an honest review. So, yeah, that's the only thing that kind of stinks. Like, I feel like he, kind of went into it with sort of the wrong, like I think he had meaningful intentions, but it kind of defeats the purpose of, like, that's why we come to him to hear his reviews, so that he can give honest feedback on what was good and what wasn't good about the film, and so we can judge for ourselves. Because even a reviewer, you kind of have to know them. You have to know their taste, and based off of what they say to kind of judge it, like, is this a good movie for me to go see, Because even, I've kind of learned, like, even Chris himself, he definitely appreciates like more artsy films than I do. Like sometimes he'll really appreciate something that's a little more artsy and out there. And I can tell, okay, he really liked that. I might like it, but I might not like it as much as him. Like I can kind of gauge whether or not it's going to be for me. Also, both Chris and Jeremy Johns, they both like superhero movies more than I do. So if they give a really good review for a superhero movie, I know it probably means I'll like it, but I'm probably not going to like it as much as they loved it, And if they give like a solid pass, they're like, yeah, it's good, it's worth seeing, I'm probably not going to enjoy it as much. It's probably not going to be my thing. So, yeah, you're right. Like, opinion is subjective. So, and just being honest with an opinion, like, that's helpful. That's what you need. Honest feedback is what's helpful. It's not, insulting, or it's not mean-spirited. As long as you're not, there's a respectful way to do it. You don't have to be a jerk and be like, yeah, this movie sucked. It's like, no, you can give honest feedback and be respectful about it. But anyway, main point is that movie's coming out. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I have to double check. I'm pretty sure I don't think I get a free ticket or anything. Because like I said, I did support the movie. So I don't know if people who back the movie, if we get like a free ticket or something. I can't remember because it was like a year or two ago when we first signed up. They sent me a poster. I know that. I got a poster in the mail for it. But I don't know that there's any kind of... I don't know what perks I get for supporting. I'll have to double check. And I there were probably higher perks for people who support, sent more money to support. But I'm kind of curious. I am very curious, like, if there will be reviews from other YouTube reviewers, and I'll be curious what they say. So, like, I'm wondering if Jeremy Johns and The Critical Drinker, like, if they'll do reviews on it. And I am kind of curious what they will say about it. And then, but I think I might go see it this weekend. I might go see it. And, either way, like, I don't know what to expect. Like, I like Chris Stuckman, but, we'll see how his filmmaking is. We'll see if he can make movies that are for me. I don't know. But I'll probably go see it just to find out. All right. Okay, we're going to try a new track here. Going to do some music, and then we'll get back into the competition. Yeah, it's the same with music. I have certain people I know I'll be more on their side than others. Exactly. Yep. Indeed. All right. This is a song I released fairly recently. Actually, I say fairly recently, but I think it was about a year ago. I think this song is about to reach its 1-year anniversary since I released it. This is my song Plastic Cup, and I think I'm here by myself now because this song definitely has some screaming in it. This song's also a tough one to sing. This is probably one of the harder songs for me to sing. So I hope no one's here. I hope I got the place to myself, because if this one's a struggle to sing, I don't want them to hear me struggling. I might be able to hide behind the music a little bit, but if they're just hearing my voice, it might be a little rough. But here we go. Hope you like it. This is Plastic Cup.
Chance and chase distracted with no one here to clean me up. Someone just show me some love and tell me that I am good enough. I'm bored out on its building up, still tossed away like a plastic cup. And here I'm trying once again, like that I'm trapped inside the wind, still believing I can get a hold of things. Every effort leads to new mistakes, and I crawl back at the same old things. I need someone who can lend a hand and pull me from this garbage can. Someone just show me some love and tell me that I am good enough. I'm bored out, all that's built me up, still tossed away like a plastic cup. Someone just show me some love and tell me that I am good enough. I'm bored out, all that's built me up, still tossed away like a plastic cup. And still I'm tossed away like a plastic cup. In spite of how much it hurts, there's something inside of me, and I know it's more than just temporary. Would someone just show me some love and tell me that I am good enough? I'm bored out, all that's built me up, still tossed away like a plastic cup. I know you feel like a piece of trash thrown away and forgotten. Please don't let them rest to me your treasure.
Thank you. Again, that one is called Plastic Cup. And again, that song is available on Spotify. So if you enjoyed it, you can listen to it again. For anyone just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. It is game night and music. We just had a little bit of music, and now we're going to have a little more game time. So let's get our competition back. I think we're going to have a winner in the next couple answers here, unless somebody tunes in. If we got Daniel, do we need to summon Daniel and play Let's Start Again? And we're doing all right on time. I mean, we might be able to speed in. If we do have a winner here, we might be able to get a speed run in real quick. But if somebody joins in, we can have an amazing comeback and keep this game going for a little bit longer. Let me catch up with... Oh, hey, Daniel is here. Daniel is here. Awesome. Daniel, I don't know if you have a partner, but you might be solo for now, and then next person to come in will be your partner, so we don't know who that's going to be. So there we go. Just when y'all thought y'all were safe, Daniel had to show up, so he might be able to make a comeback here. Let me catch up with the chat real quick, and then we'll get the competition going back. Let's see here. Yeah, Jack was saying I like the Critical Drinkers reviews. Yeah, he's become one of my favorite reviewers too. Sometimes he can be a little, he can be a little harsh. Sometimes, like I like, Jeremy Johns. He'll give an honest opinion, but he's seems like a pretty decent fellow, And I think the Critical Drinker, I think he can be kind of funny, and I think there's something amusing about his personality. But sometimes he can be a little rough. But I do trust his reviews. I do think he's a good reviewer, and I usually like to hear his insights. So those are kind of my three go-to: Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, and the Critical Drinker. And again, for a long time, Chris was kind of my favorite, but recently, because of this choice he made, like I can't really trust his reviews anymore. So, and then Jeremy kind of recently, I don't know. The more I've watched his stuff, he's a good one to go to. Got our cup emoji. That's the closest thing to a plastic cup. Yep, that's all right. It's the thought that counts. Yep, we got Daniel here. Hope you're doing well, Daniel. He'll probably win this by himself now. Yeah, it's a possibility. Y'all got to stay on your A game. Not bad. Just eating some food at the moment. Yep, sounds good. Yep, around this time, you all can make me hungry if you start talking about food. Thanks for the applause. Nice. Thank you, Abe. Green chili chicken burrito. Sounds good. You go to Scotland, or are you there now? Yeah, let's see. Daniel. I am about to leave for Scotland Monday. Awesome. Definitely looking forward to that. Speaking of trips, we should have a live stream next week, but the following week, that's going to be the first week of November, I'm actually going to be going away for a week with my family. I think it's just some of my family, not my whole family, but my parents and my brother, and we're going to go away for about a week to, not far, it's just a couple hours away, to a place called Alexandria, Virginia. And it looks nice. I don't think I've been there before, but Mom was sending me some pictures, and it looks like a very lively city, like a lively area. As in, like, it looks like there's a lot to walk around and see and do and interact with. So I'm kind of looking forward to it, and looking forward to having some adventure and doing some exploring. Yep, Jack just had a dinner entree himself. Yeah, Daniel saying, yeah, go ahead and play Let's Start Again. Yep, I didn't know you were here yet, so yeah, we were joking about that being the song to summon you. It seems like every time I'm about to play it, that's when you show up. Probably shouldn't have suggested going to the haunted house at Halloween. They will definitely be overcrowded. I plan on it, Becky. I don't mind the crowds. Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, I hope it works out smoothly. Like, maybe you can get there early or something, or maybe you get there at a good time and it won't be too bad. But that'd be cool. That sounds fun to visit, like a haunted castle, especially for Halloween. Not the Alexandria in The Walking Dead. I don't think so. I don't think it's that. I'd have to check. I actually kind of forget that. It's been a long time since I've watched The Walking Dead, so I don't know if Alexandria was the name of the city they were trying to get to. But I don't think it was, but I just know it's called Alexandria, Virginia. I can only stop for a bit as I'm at work right now, just eating a real quick for a moment. Well, Daniel, if you can pop in and answer, you might have a chance to kind of, keep the competition going, because basically the way it's working, Becky and Jack are on a team, and Silas and Abe are on a team right now. So you're solo unless somebody else shows up and can be your partner. But whoever answers the next one out of Becky and Jack or Silas and Abe, they'll move up to A tier, and then that unlocks a perk where all the categories underneath are worth 2. So let's say if Becky and Jack, if they get up to A tier, well, Silas and Abe, they can still get the win. If they get the next question, it'll be worth 2 points, so they can skip A tier and get to S tier. So either way, the game should be over in 2 answers, unless you throw in some answers and take some wins, then you can extend the game a little bit longer. So certainly don't feel obligated. You can just enjoy your food and just have fun watching. And hopefully I can get another song in for you real quick. But either way, everyone give me a thumbs up or let's go, bring it on. Let me know that you're ready. And we'll move on to the next question. And also, courtesy reminder to stay hydrated, but also make sure you are caught up with the stream. Make sure you're live with the stream, because if you are behind, you will be at a disadvantage. We've got a password coming up. So password, the way these work, I am thinking of a single word, one word, and I'm going to give you a one-word hint. So I'm going to say one word, and based off of that single word, you're trying to guess what is the password. So you can type in as many guesses as you can. Guess, guess, guess. If no one's getting it, I will give a second hint. And usually that helps, but if still no one gets it, I will give a third hint. And usually by that point, someone should have it. If no one gets it, then, then I guess it's over. Yeah, I guess no one gets the point. But usually somebody gets it. All right, here we go. So I will give you your first hint. All right, looks like Becky and Jack are ready. Silas, Abe, are you two ready? Want to make sure you're ready. And if anyone else is just tuning in for the competition, be ready. But yeah, if it's just Becky and Jack, well then they're sure to get the point. All right, Silas is ready. Cool. Yeah, I want to make sure Abe might be ready too. I want to make sure Silas has a little bit of help. Let's go. Awesome. All right, here we go. The first hint for the password is talk. Again, the word talk. So based off of that one word, talk, just type any guess you can. Type a single word that you think might be the password. Talk. Voice. Nope. And yep, you can just type. You can just guess after guess after guess. Radio. Rap. Nope. Microphone. Nope. Speak. Not yet. Podcast. Shout. Conversation. Good guesses, but nope. I'll wait for a few more, and then I'll give a second hint. Scream. Yep. Keep going. Yep. Converse. Script. Speech. All right. I might wait for like one or two more guesses. Ah, Becky got it. Way to go. It was whisper. Yeah, you guys were all around it, kind of like with shout and scream. You were just going the wrong direction. You were going loud. We want to go quiet. The password was whisper. Yeah, I was about to give a second hint. The second hint was going to be quiet, and that might have gotten it. The second hint was going to be quiet, and if still no one got it, then the last hint was going to be secret. But I figured by talk and quiet, they'd probably get whisper. Yep, mouth, gruff. Yep, dang it, Becky. Yeah, Becky's bringing it. Becky is quite the competitor. So Becky and Jack. Hey, Jack, this is the first time I think you've ever been to A tier, so congratulations. Way to go. Becky and Jack are in A tier, so their next answer will be a win for them. But for everyone underneath of them, they're worth 2 points. So Silas and Abe, you guys can still win this. If you get the next answer, you will take the win for S tier. Daniel, you're in the back, but again, if you want to compete, you only need 3, and you can make a comeback. I think you've given everyone a head start, enough of a head start, so you can definitely come back and win this thing. All right, good stuff. Everyone, give me a thumbs up or let's go, bring it on. Yeah, Becky's like, oh no, I forgot that. Yeah, it would have been the same thing, even if Abe and Silas got it. You would have gotten 2 points as well for your next guess. So it's kind of inevitable. Like, it almost didn't matter who got this one. The only thing that would have changed it is if Daniel had gotten it right. Jack's like, yeah, but Becky is totally carrying me. Hey, you don't have to admit that. You don't have to say that. You can just be like, yes, I'm winning. You can just enjoy the victory. Or, well, not the victory yet, but the good performance. But hey, Silas and Abe are still in this. They're performing quite well. Good. Becky and Jack are ready. Silas, Abe, let me know if you're ready. And Daniel, I know, has to get back to work soon. But Daniel, if you're still out there, let us know if you're ready. Or maybe you're just, you don't have to let us know. You can just chow down and then just pop in answers. All right, yep, just waiting for confirmation from Silas and Abe. And let me check. Our next one's going to be a riddle. So again, when it comes to riddles, so far I don't think any of these have needed Google. But as a courtesy and sort of as etiquette. Oh, I have to take a phone call. No worries. We'll wait for you, Abe. No worries. Take the call real quick. Hopefully it's nothing too important, just a simple call. But we'll wait for a second. But yeah, we're going to do a riddle here. And the only thing I ask for riddles is just out of courtesy, don't use Google. I don't think they're as fun. Yeah, we'll give Abe a minute. Yep, we'll wait. Might even, yeah, I mean, I don't want him to miss the music either, but might even play a song. We'll see. But either way, for these riddles, you probably could Google them, but they're not as fun when you Google them. And I try to pick riddles that are simple enough The best tip I can give you for any riddle, like don't take it at face value. You know, you kind of have to think outside the box a little bit. Yeah, so you know, if you kind of think outside the box a little bit, then usually you can get them. But we'll see. We'll see what we get here. The riddles are probably my fave. Yeah, I enjoy riddles too. Jack saying I can't Google anyway. Yep. So it works out. Yeah, it works out. Yeah, I think riddles are fun. I don't like to have the answer given to me. You know, like I like to figure it out. Okay, let's go. Awesome. Abe is ready. Silas, I hope you're out there. Of course, Silas might be on his run. If anyone else is tuning in, give a thumbs up or just say hello, you know, and we might get you in. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, it's not too late to join in because we might need to give. All right, Silas is there. My fave might be the quotes or the song guests. All right, cool. Yeah, it's more fun to figure them out. I agree. All right, here we go. Here is the riddle. How do you spell cow with 13 letters? Okay, you know the animal, a cow. How do you spell cow with 13 letters? Kind of think on it a little bit. So, yep, we're talking about the animal, a cow. Mrr, you know, moo. But the riddle is, how do you spell cow with 13 letters? Oh, Daniel's heard this one before. I like Abe's answer, cow. That's actually pretty clever, you know, kind of mimicking a moo, but nope, it's not there. Daniel's heard this one before. I tell you what, you know, Daniel, maybe give him a courtesy, like, you know, 30 seconds or something, see if they can figure it out. But if they don't, then Daniel can grace us with the answer. You know, I think you guys will get a kick out of the answer. But yeah, Daniel, if you've heard it before, I'd say, you know, go ahead and take it. But maybe give them just a few seconds, see if they can figure it out. It's kind of clever. How do you spell cow with 13 letters? Any thoughts? Anyone know? Just a little longer. Daniel, if you want, you might start typing it in. You don't have to send it yet, but you might start typing in the answer in case no one else has a guess. You're close. I think you missed a letter. C-double-U. You're missing one letter in there, Daniel, but you're right. Yeah, and Becky's saying, LOL, that's a good one. Yep. So I'm going to give it to Daniel because I know what you meant. It might be a typo, but it's, yeah, C-O-double-U. Ribeye steaks. Is that 13 letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Had to add that extra S. But hey, for what it's worth, Abe, I like your answers. You had some clever ones. But yep. S-E-E-O-D-O-U-B-L-E-Y-O-U. Yep. C-W. Yep. But yeah, Abe, you had some clever answers. I'll say that. You get kudos points for that. But we'll go ahead and give it to Daniel. Yeah, I thought that was clever. Yep. C-O-W. So it's still, you know, C-O-W, just like the letters C, O, and W. But you just spell those out. Oh, Daniel, you get 2 points. So Daniel is at C tier. So not far behind. All right, everyone give me a thumbs up or a let's go. I'm ready. Bring it on. Okay, we've got kind of a personal question here. I always feel weird calling it a personal question, but what I mean is it's a question related to me. So it's not personal like, you know, something I keep to myself. It's like general knowledge or just fun little little facts or little facts about me. Daniel's got to get back to work. Well, hey, Daniel, always appreciate you tuning in. I hope work goes well. I hope you had a good meal. And glad you were able to at least get on the scoreboard right there. So always appreciate you, brother. And when you do leave for Scotland, I hope you have a great trip, man. Hope you have a lot of fun. I don't know if you're going to leave. I missed when you said, so I don't know if you're going to be here for the next stream or if you'll be in Scotland. We should have a stream next week, and then the week after that, I'm going to be away with my family. We're going to be in Alexandria, Virginia, so there won't be a stream then. That's the first week in November, but should be having a stream next week. All right, looks like people are ready to go. Awesome stuff. Okay. May tune in from Scotland next week. If you can, great. Certainly don't stress, but I hope you have a great time, man. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to hear all about it, that's for sure. So the next time you do tune in, I'm looking forward to hearing all about your time in Scotland. All right. All right, here we go. Little trivia question about me. Let's see if anyone knows this. You all know I love movies. Can somebody name who is my favorite movie director? Somebody who directs movies. There's a lot of great directors out there. But who's my favorite movie director? Someone can name my favorite movie director. Silas got it, and Becky right behind, but yep, Steven Spielberg is my favorite. The man has made so many classics, and so consistently. There are good movies. You know, there's movies that I love. Sometimes, there's even movies that it might be a favorite movie of mine, but the person who directed it, that's the only movie that I really like by them, you know? But Steven Spielberg has consistently made some of my favorite movies, and even when there's some that they're not a favorite, they're almost always good. So, yep. Silas, way to go. Silas bringing in the victory for Silas and Abe. What a good competition. Silas and Abe versus Becky and Jack. You guys were head to toe, back and forth. Becky really doing a great job answering fast, but Silas came back in with the win. Congrats to Silas and Abe. Everyone give your congratulations to Silas and Abe for winning our first team match. So I might make a little record of that. I have a record of wins. Becky currently has the lead for most wins, followed by Daniel and Silas. But I'll make another little leaderboard. I'm going to put team wins. And, whoops. And we will put Silas and Abe. Now, this might be hard to keep record of because, the next time we do this, we might switch it up. Next time it might be Silas and Becky or Abe and Becky or Jack and Daniel or, whoever it might be. So, we'll have, it could be any team next time. So, awesome stuff. Well, I think we had a good game. We still have a little more music. I don't want to go too late. We're kind of at a weird spot because we can go a little bit longer, but I don't want to go too. We'll play some music. Let me see something. All right. I got a couple more songs I plan to do. So let me play a song, and then we'll see if we can do a speed round real quick. We'll go really fast. See if we can squeeze in one more speed round. And I'll let you guys decide. Do y'all want to do the same teams, or do y'all want to mix it up? Do y'all want to change partners? I'll let you guys decide. But we'll get in one more speed round. But congratulations to Silas and Abe who won that. Let's see. I'll leave that up there for now. But we'll get in one more speed round, and then we'll put a wrap on things. I'll play a song. We'll do a speed round, and then I'll play one more song, and we'll put a wrap on everything. All right, here we go. This song. Still trying to finish the mix. This is my latest song. Looking forward to releasing it. It's been a good week. It's been a good month. This is a busy time of year. And this song is so close to being finished, but there's just been some things kind of getting in the way. So, but it's coming. It's on its way. This one's called Pull the Trigger, and I'm definitely excited for you all to hear the finished version of the song. But for now, I've got just a simple backing track to play along with. But I hope you all enjoy this. This is my latest song. Pull the Trigger has not been released yet, but is coming very soon. I hope you like it. actually check my tuning real quick. Who was it? Is it Jack or was it Silas who says tuning is their favorite part? Watching the tuning. Some of these strings are finicky. All right, that's probably close enough. All right, here we go. This is the new one. This is Pull the Trigger. Still sounds a little weird to me when I hit those chords. Getting there. All right, close enough. Here we go. Thought you died a long time ago. I had left you in a 6-foot hole. From time to time in my memory, I'll receive a visit from your ghost. I can tell you're just a dream by the way you place your lips on me. But it's never what it seems when I wake up to reality. I wish I'd had the nerve to say it. I had a shot and didn't take it. Now it's too late. A moment doesn't wait forever. So next time I'll just pull the trigger. I have tried so hard to forget, but I guess you can't outrun regret. It was only for a moment, but the scene keeps playing in my head. You had caught me by surprise. You wrapped your arms around my side, and I knew the time was right, but instead I only said goodbye. I wish I'd had the nerve to say it. I had the shot and didn't take it. Now it's too late. A moment doesn't wait forever. So next time I'll just pull the trigger. There were times when I would hate myself, but you always left me with a smile. And times when I was sure you felt the same kind of feelings that I felt. You gave me every chance to share, but I kept my secrets to myself. Thank you. Again, that is the new one. That is Pull the Trigger. Hope you all liked it. Again, coming very soon, so keep an ear out for it. I don't know whether to say keep an ear out or an eye out. It's a song, so I feel like keep an ear out, but you're probably going to be notified by a video and an email. So you know, you're going to see that. But you know what I mean. It's coming. All right. Also, I had a little reminder. I think I just realized I've got the backing track, but I don't think I ever set up like my vocal delay for that. So that's just a personal note. Delay for pool. Okay. All right. Well, again, congratulations to Silas and Abe. They are our winners for tonight, but we've got a little bit of time left. We're going to try to squeeze in one more speed round. So if you're just tuning in, we're starting a clean slate. We got a new match. We're going to try to go really fast with this one, see if we can squeeze in one more quick little competition here. And then we're going to put a wrapping on this. We'll catch up with the chat real quick. But if you're just tuning in, don't be shy. Say hello. And I don't know if you guys decided. Again, we can either do the same pairing, the same teams, or we can mix them up and have different partners. I'll catch up with the chat in a moment and see what you guys said about that. And if someone else is just tuning in, you can join in as well. And we're doing teams of 2 this time. Usually it's everyone for themselves, but in this case we put a little twist on it, and everyone's got a partner. All right, let me catch up. Well, congrats, yeah. Abe was saying, it's been fun, my first victory. I recall you being quite the competitor, but yeah, sometimes it's hard to snag a win. A lot of you bring some good competition, so, but congrats on your victory. Nice game, yep, we've got some congratulations happening. Yeah, why are you sorry, Becky? I didn't get a single answer. That's right, Jack, you were there for moral support. You were morally supporting Becky. You are an outstanding member of that team. So, oh, gonna have to run. Yeah, I don't know if Abe's still there, if Abe is left, but Abe, appreciate you tuning in. Congrats on your win for sure. If Abe's gone and we don't have enough, we can just do individuals and do a speed round on separate teams. Let's see, Night Abe. Yeah, maybe single. Cool. I know Stan likes the tuning part. Yeah, maybe it was Stan I was thinking of. I had meant to say at the beginning of the live stream that anyone watching from the UK needs to remember our clocks go back this weekend. Oh, interesting. 1 week before yours. Oh, well, you're reminding me, like, that daylight savings is coming. I won't forget to tune in an hour early. Yep, that'll be good. That'll be important. I think I have to head out myself. It might be game. We might have to wrap it up if we don't have enough competitors. Might have to head out myself as well. Thanks for the stream, Quincy. Congrats, Silas, and good work, Becky. Hope you all have a great weekend. Jack, always appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have a great weekend as well. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for playing. Quincy being so honest and open about the end of his relationship makes this extra sad. It's like watching a movie with a sad ending. It probably wouldn't surprise me if it inspires some movies in the future. I definitely want to make action movies and stuff, but there's probably certain stories I have in my life that might inspire things to explore. But I appreciate your heart and your sensitivity to that. Like I said, it is a sad song, but it's it was a story. It happened years ago, and it's definitely an important thing. That's why I wrote a song about it. I wouldn't have written a song if it wasn't a significant moment in my life. So it's kind of this weird thing where it hurt, but it's also the thing that kind of set me on a different path that I think helped me become a better version of myself. It helped me kind of grow and improve in certain areas in my own life. And, even though it's sad and, don't really know what would have come out of it, I can say, it's not really, you know, I'm thankful for where I'm at in life today. And even though that's like one area of my life where I wish I maybe handled things a little differently, it's, you know, I'm very happy with where I am today, and I'm very hopeful for what the future has in store. Thanks for the fire, Becky. Much appreciated. Nice one. Thank you, Silas. Is it just me and Silas now? Is it still worth another round? Yeah, we might end up putting a wrap if it's just the two of you. Yeah, if Silas goes for his run. Quincy, we lost Abe and Jack. Yep. Yeah, I'm seeing that. No worries. I do think, I tell you what, I think I got one more song for you, but I do think that's going to have to be the end of game night. So, Becky, if it's just you, I don't know if anyone else is out there, but I'll play one more song for you, and then we'll put a wrap on it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth mentioning while we're kind of wrapping things up. I've got one more song, and then we'll be good to go. Only thing in recent events, again, had the birthday, and that was fun. That was nice. And I'm trying to think. Again, I've got the vacation coming up with the family. And all I can say, it's kind of funny. I've been working on some stuff. I think I mentioned this. You know, I've got kind of an online business endeavor that I'm looking into. I've been working a lot on that, but it's kind of one of those things, like, I'm definitely excited about it, and I've been working very hard on it, but I can't really talk about it yet. You know, it's just too soon to talk about. And even me, myself, like, I'm still kind of working things out and figuring it out. So even though I've been working very hard on it, and I'm very excited about it, it's just, I can't really report anything on it yet, but that's been something heavy. And then I'm trying to think if I've watched any good movies lately or anything like that. Again, I've been playing the Resident Evil game, so that's been kind of the main thing. There might be, I'm trying to think if there was something good I watched lately. And I recently beat, before I moved on to Resident Evil, I was playing the Batman Arkham games, so I beat that. There's a Batman Arkham Knight. I beat that game, did a few side missions, and then I was like, all right, I think I'm all, hard to say, I'm all Batmaned out because, but I played all 3 games back to back, and I've been watching the Batman animated series, so I've been getting a lot of inspiration from Batman lately. But yeah, good stuff. All right, Becky, I got one more song for you, and anyone else who's out there, this song goes out to you. And then I think we're going to put a wrap on this stream. Here's a courtesy reminder for all of you to stay hydrated. All right. And this song is my most recent release. Again, the song I just played is coming out. That's going to be my next release. But as far as the last song that I did release, this is it. This one is called Farewell to Fear. And I hope you like it. This is going to be the last one for the stream, and then we're going to put a wrap on things. This is Farewell to Fear.
So you say
there's adventure just waiting for me. Just hold on to faith. I know there's adventure just waiting for me. Don't be afraid. Just hold on to faith. I know there's adventure just waiting for me. Waiting for me. Waiting for me. Don't be afraid. Just hold on to faith. I know there's adventure just waiting for me. Michael. Again, that is Farewell to Fear. And that's going to be farewell to all of you as well, because we're going to be putting a wrap on this thing. But if you enjoyed that song, it is available on Spotify, so you can certainly check it out and listen to it again. We're going to catch up with the chat, and then we're going to put a wrap on all of this. But guys, thank you for hanging out. Again, we had some good competition. Congrats to our winners, Silas and Abe. Way to go. All right. Farewell to Fear, and then we've got all kinds of spooky emojis. Yep, indeed, good for the Halloween season. Here's our highlighted lyric, don't be afraid, just hold on to faith. I know there's adventure just waiting for me. Yeah, exactly, yep. Emphasis on the me there, the scream. But, yep, and just remember that, you know. There's adventure out there for all of you. Your lives have a purpose. Your lives have meaning. You are valuable, and there's life waiting for you. You know, you've got purpose and meaning, and it's just waiting for you to take that step and go after it. So whatever that is, whatever that calling is, that feeling that you've got, that thing that you need to go after, it's out there just waiting for you. Thanks for the fire. Good song to end the stream with. Well, thank you very much. Yep, good finisher. Quincy, you should bring candy next week. It'll be the night before Halloween. I think I've done that before. I think I have brought candy. And I can't remember what we did. We did something. We had some kind of game, and if it worked out, like, I would get candy or something. I think it was back when I did the, or dress as a ghost, yeah. Wear a costume of some sort. I don't know if I'm going to dress up or not. I might. We'll see what happens. But I used to do a segment called the 10-minute song challenge. And to be honest, like, I tried it, but after a few times, I didn't really enjoy it. And so I was glad when I came up with something else. Like the 4 segments that I do now, I like all of these. But I used to have other segments that I had to try them out. But I had one called the 10-minute song challenge. And someone would recommend a song, and I would look it up on YouTube, and then I'd set a timer. And basically, I had 10 minutes to learn the song. And then after 10 minutes, I would play it, and I would let kind of the chat decide if they give me a pass or not. So I think that's how I did it, and if I got a pass, then I'd get a piece of candy or something for that. So I think a few people liked it, but it was kind of a frustrating one because, again, when you're looking up songs, sometimes YouTube has like these copyright things, so that makes it a little frustrating to deal with, and it just wasn't like it wasn't my favorite segment. Like, even though I could do it, it wasn't my favorite thing. So, but either way. Becky, I appreciate you tuning in. And anyone else tuning in or watching on the replay, I appreciate all of you as well. Just a few things to share real quick. Again, if you enjoy these streams and if you want more music, I think I've got, let's see. Whoops, that's not the right thing. I've got a link to share here real quick, but if you'd like to get some more music, I've got a link on ways that you can support me to get more music and get some of my music. So here is the link right here. I actually meant to post this and pin this at the beginning, but again, I was a little behind. It stinks. I was here early, had plenty of time, but then like there were things I forgot to set up, and it was like, oh no, it's almost time to go live. But either way, through that link there, if you want to get yourself some merch, I've got a merch store through that link, and I appreciate those of you doing that. If you'd like to leave a tip to support me so I can keep doing this, keep bringing you more music, there's a virtual tip jar. I do appreciate that. If you'd like to download some of my music, there is a link to my Bandcamp. You can download my music for free. But of course, if you'd like to show a little support, you can pay whatever price you want for the songs. And lastly, if you want to be notified, again, I've got this new song, Pull the Trigger, coming out very soon. If you want to be notified when that song is released, or whenever I do these live streams, if you want to stay notified with the latest, make sure you sign up for my email list. Again, there's a link to do that. Becky saying, thank you for the stream. It was really fun. Thank you for making it fun. You and the others, y'all absolutely made it fun. I appreciate you tuning in. Everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning, afternoon, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time.